Alright. I like to get my own pictures for these things, but then I figured why don't we reinvent the wheel and probably be sloppier about it. So did a quick Google on pictures of arrays, and here's one from Oracle, who currently owns Java from their official Java tutorials. So we'll just use that. I put a link in the supplemental resources for week 12, which is what we're on. Well, shoot, it should be 13. I'll move it to 13. Actually, it's really both, because you got 2 weeks. So I'll put it. I'll make sure you know where it is. But anyway, so this is what this is in general what a picture. This is a typical picture of an array for lots of different languages. You'll have basically a horizontal row of boxes. It could be vertical sometimes. It doesn't really matter which direction. These symbolize the places where each element's stored contiguously in memory. So these boxes indicate where you would put the things you're storing. So think of an array as a variable, just like you've had before, like an X, except you could split it into like lots of parts. And the way you access each one of those parts is by using an index. So here's the terminology you want to know for arrays. This is like a picture of an array. An array will be indexed starting at 0 and going to however many you need. So it's integers. The indices are the integer in Java. They are the integer data type, but like just in like general principle too, they're whole numbers. So this is array index 0. This is array index 1, array index 2, and so on. Do note that they start at 0. So if somebody asks you what the first element of the array is, it's going to be at the index 0. The first element's right here, right? There's not one before it, and there's a bunch after it. It's the first one. But it's at index 0. So the second is at 1, the third is at 2, the fourth is at 3. You will have test questions about this. It's just off by one thing, but you have to be aware of it. So, again, the things that you're storing in the array are called elements. And they can be just about anything in Java that you, data type-wise, that you've worked with before. So it could be an array of integers, an array of doubles, an array of strings, which itself has like an array inside of it. We'll talk about that later. An array of characters, an array of objects. So we have fractions, right, for the last chapter that we just finished when we were talking about Java classes. You can have an array of fraction objects. So the key thing is though that they're all the same data type. So this goes over the same stuff here. It's telling you the same terminology. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you. Indices is the plural, the traditional plural. These days you might hear indexes for the plural too. That's okay. I prefer indices because it's etymologically correct. But in any case, indices, array elements, the length of the array is, notice it's going to be one more than this number here. The highest index of the array, in other words, the index of the last element of the array, is going to be one less than the size of the array. So the size of the array, or the length, and Java uses the term length usually, the length of the array is 10. The most important thing that you understand now is this logical construction of an array. You should also be aware in the back of your mind that in Java, an array is also an object. It's a class that has parts to it. One of the convenient things about arrays is they know their own length because they are objects, but the logical picture here is the most important thing. You have a bunch of things of the same data type that are right next to each other in memory, and they're indexed. One other terminology that you might see on a test somewhere is the way you talk about each index in the array is by using these brackets after the variable, the name of the array, the variable name. These are called subscripts, which literally means to write under, right? In regular math, shoot, I didn't have this keyed up. How much time we got? We're on almost 5 minutes, so let's see. Mathematical. This comes from math. So you have arrays in real math too, and it's going to look, they're showing us sort of here. Let's see subscript definition. They show some examples. Anytime you have like something written under like this 2 sub 10, and these are bases. It looks like bases. This is 200 in decimal, right? And this is binary. H2O, 2 hydrogens. But you can also have arrays in just regular math. So you have an array called A, and the second index element of the array would be A sub 2. That's in math, but not in computers. That would be the third one. Let's go back to our definitions oracle. Not there. So, but I want you can sort of interchangeably use the index and subscript here, but technically the subscript is how you use the index. It's the brackets with the number in it. So, we're at 5 minutes. I think I'm going to stop here. This is an introduction to like the logical picture. I'll talk more about the syntax of using it in Java. You can sort of glance at it here right now, but that'll be for the next video. So again, you need to know the term index. Always starts with 0, goes up 1 at a time as whole numbers. That's always the same. But what you put in here is that the elements of the array could be anything. It could be integers, it could be doubles. The specific values would change, but they should all be the same data type. And that's it for now. I'll go ahead and talk about the syntax in the next video.